Oh, got new toys. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Right, welcome back everyone. It's episode 2 of the Jurg's Cup. I've got to remind you that this is a charity build and you can win this guitar. I can't present it through and say, this is the guitar you can win, because I haven't built it yet. You're watching me build. That's how it works, Trevor. I've got a new sign. All right, the messages will change when I can be bothered, all right? But it's just easier than silly letters. Hopefully, you can't pick up on the fact that the fucker whistles at me the whole time. Anyway, this is the Jurg's Cup build. This is in conjunction with the Guitar Builders Collective. Follow the links below to the Facebook group. Build along. You've got 6 months or so to build a guitar and we'll judge it and we'll give out some prizes. It's informal as fuck, but you can come along for the ride. I've got some new toys, not big fleshy rubber ones that you're probably expecting me to dangle in front of cameras. Not them. Jesus, how'd you get them to twist like that? It's quite hard, isn't it? I'll keep them in my new Iceland mug that I got from Siggy at the guitar show. He come all the way from Iceland to meet me and the geezer's off his fucking pickle. So we're like kindred spirits. Cheers, mate. Love it. I haven't drunk anything out of it yet, just in case you've laced it. I'll just sniff nuts. Sorry. I was going to say, just in case you fucking laced it. Now, here we are with my black Balaguer, but we're going to call it the Balrog. Hopefully I'll manage to find a Lord of the Rings clip there.
Go back to the shadow.
Oh, it's me fantasy. So there's our body. It's super light. We've got to do some bits. In this episode, I'm going to do the inlays on this because I've bought a new toy. Get down to it, Paul. I know, I'm going to do it. This is the new StewMac inlay do for what's it? Inlay plate 4,000 and it's it costs a fucking fortune, man. It's really expensive, but it's got a little inlay bit in there, a little tiny nubbin. You should be used to that, Trevor. And it goes in there and you can do your inlays and it's a piece of piss and you shouldn't be able to make a mistake. It uses a 1/16 of a 94th down cutting bit to go in the D Remo. If you want to buy this from StewMac, prepare to sell a fucking kidney. All right, it's expensive. It is expensive. Now, the interesting thing about this is we've got some square ones. Square ones. This is a Fender scale length. The scale's not quite going to work here. So what I'm going to have to do is quickly whip through, cut some fret slots. I'm going to leave this. Normally I would cut my fret slots. Start again, Paul. Should we leave that in the edit? This is the chaos that ensues in the Barnet. Normally I would cut my fret slots after I've radiused the board. But I need to be able to tape this bastard down and radius it all together. So I'm going to cut my fret slots early, as deep as I can. I'm going to go as deep as I can. I always go as deep as I can, otherwise it's pointless fucking showing up. Once I've done that, we're going to go down here. Are you filming? Dave's filming. And I'm going to have to manually move this up and down and just get these out. I want them and get them in. But I'm not going to do standard infills. I'll show you. Shall I show you what one's going to look like? No, I'm not. I've done a test piece because I'm not an idiot. Take that with a pinch of salt. I'm just going to go round the outside. I'm going to rim it. Who doesn't love a bit of rimming? I'm going to rim it. That should go on the sign. And all I'm going to do, because I found out that this binding material, skinny binding, is actually pretty much the same size as that bit. So I'm going to go round the outside and I'm going to do ring pieces, and I'm going to inlay it with this binding on the edge and glue it in with a bit of black CA glue, flatten it, sand it, and then radius that, and we should have some nice rings. I used to own a Martin DC Aura guitar, looked like this, and I used to love the fretboard. Great guitar, to be honest, it was phenomenal, but it was a bit expensive, and I never really bonded with it. It wasn't my cup of tea. It was lovely, but I'd rather just have a little... Paul, no one fucking cares.
Yup!
There's an episode coming up soon that it might have already been out. Tell me if you want to see it. I need to buy an acoustic guitar. I'm going to go to my local guitar shop and try a few out and go through the service that they provide when you buy a guitar from them locally. So if you want to see that in a video, if you think that's interesting, you might not, comment below Sound Unlimited, because that's the name of the shop. Now, I'm going to go and cut my fret slots. Shall I walk you through the fret slottage? Fuck it, I'll go and get Jigus Maximus. Right, Jigus Maximus, the 4th twice removed. Have you seen these before? These are the crimson rulers. They work with their system for fret slotting. The bare minimum I would buy if I was you, I'd get their jig. And or you could make the jig. The bare minimum, I would buy one of them and one of them. All right, I think that's about 80 quid. 10% off with code Milos. And I'll get nothing for that, so calm yourselves down. I'm not giving you the upsell, it's just lovely gear. I've cut many a fret slot with one of these. It's arduous, takes a while. Get the one with the old doofed, like the depth gauge on the side. And you can make the jig. You don't have to buy their expensive jig. You can make your own. Look into that. It's a jig you can make. I might do that in a video one day. We've got a fender scale length here, but with a standard nuttage at the end. So this needs to be glued down on here. I've already got my parallel line. I know what's going to be going on. See that one there? When you glue that one down, I just want to line it up roughly with where my chop saw is going to go through. There's a pin in there. You've probably all seen this before. There's a teeny tiny nubbin in there. Mind your finger. And look, when you use your ruler, it locates and you cut your fret slots perfectly every time. I say perfectly every time. There's always a way to fuck it up. And if there's a way, I've normally done it. Burnish your tip. Right, I'll whip this over on the choppy. We'll just cut some fret slots. Don't normally like going this deep because that blade's not really for that, but it's just a bit of Zebrano, which is the same species as Zebrano. Right, that was exciting, wasn't it? No, it wasn't exciting. There's the fret slots. You can buy that cutter from Radius Dish UK. Not affiliated, but it's brilliant. Goes in a choppy, perfect. Stu Mac do one if you're in the Americas. Get one of them. Just fucking fill your boots. There's always a sexy tool to buy. It doesn't matter what trade you're in. So bit of chip out. Doesn't matter a fuck because I'm gonna bind this fretboard because the guitar is black. I'm gonna bind the fretboard in black because I just think it'd be a nice little touch. Don't forget the head plate is also going to be in black with some sort of thing on it. I don't know what. So yeah, there you go. Let's get on with some inlays. I'm gonna need to just sand that flat a little bit in a minute. I've got a hell of a well prepared. When you cut Zebrano, which is the same as Zebrano, it fucking stinks. It's like an old man's pants. Horrible word to work with. Old man, ask me how I know. Let's get some centre lines going on. Not the clearest wood in the world for a centre line, is it? But I need to be routering it, so it's tough shit, really. Now, on goes our block inlays. I don't want these massive fucking chunky ones. They're too much for me. I want to stick with the skinnies. So I'm going to start, and they look massive, but they're going to be a little bit smaller than that because of the offset of the bit. Is that making sense to you? If it doesn't really matter. But I'm also going to go one extra over and just shrink it down, and then we'll just make it up as we go along down the end there. I don't know, making it up as I go along. It'll be fine. Just trust me. Got a face you can trust, don't I? Let's do one. I'll film it. I'll show you what I fucking mean. And then it might make a bit of sense. And then I'll speedy up some other bollocks. Now, one thing me and the boy have figured out early is that you should tape the neck down. It's a lot easier. Tape him down. Dave, you're going to need to get a better angle. Ooh, my son. Right, line up the 5th fret inlay with my 3rd fret. Stu Mac do these for fender scale length for dots. The reason I've got this though, and I'll let you into a little secret, is the fact that I can make my own. Here's one coming up for a future thing. Don't show you that bit. I can make my own on the laser cutter with acrylic, which I've also been fucking around with downstairs. That's exciting, isn't it? That was my Saturday. 44 years of age, and that is what I love doing. Now, so I've got to be very careful here. I don't want any speed wobbles. That double-sided tape I'm using is absolutely magnificent. I'm going to have to turn the hoover on, and we'll just get... basically, I don't want to be wobbling inwards. We don't want any wobbles, and it's not that easy. So anyway, here we go, 4th width. Right, here's a little example of potential fuck-ups, because I've been known for them. I just thought to myself, that is a thick fretboard. It is not as thick as some of you, but it is thick. It took me 3 times to say that and spit it out, but power of editing. So I just thought to myself, I would cut an inlay, I'd cut a little dot and then router it, and it routers out the inlay completely. So I'm going to have to just quickly radius this fretboard, and the jig will be fine sticking it down like that. It won't matter a fuck. It's only a 12-inch radius, and who can't handle a 12-incher? So let's just put a quick radius on here. You've seen that before, and then we'll come back and we'll have another whirl at some inlays. Is that all right with you? Don't know why I'm asking. This is fucking, it's my workshop, my guitar, my rules. I was just talking to a camera that wasn't turned on. That's interesting, isn't it? Now, when you put that on and it's a rounded fretboard, it does wobble and rock a little bit, but not enough to really shit your pants about, and you can keep the router nice and central. Hopefully the glass has captured it. But here's some bits I've cut, and these will just tap in like yay. And when they glue in, we should be able to activate them and get it looking all tickety-boo. It's quite good, isn't it? I was just literally holding that up, nipping it with these. I use the Stumac nippers because they just give you a nice, careful little nip. Mind your foreskin. And away we whirl. So I'm going to glue that in now, and then I'm going to blast it with something. I don't know what. I might tidy it all up with a route. I might just do them all. And then, oh no, I need to do one at a time, don't I? Because I need to glue the fucking jig back down. Divvy face. Are you allowed to do divvy face? Just done it. It's too fucking late. So when you take these out, take them out in order. Of course, I'm going to use black CA glue so I can cover up all my tragic mistakes. Now, immediately, you're all thinking, why don't you just fill it with black CA glue? Oh, you could fill it with resin. You could fill it with spunk. You could do whatever you want, Trevor. I filled mine with custard. Give that a couple minutes. I think with this one, I'll file it off. I'll file it. Peter! There you go, we get a little look at that. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that one. Hopefully they're not going to be fucking wonky and we're not going to make a massive mess. I think for future jobs, I will make the correct template to go with the correct scale length. So I've only got to stick this fucker down once. And we should be, that'll be the best way to do it.
Many unbearable hours later.
Right, there you go. Done. That is it. It worked out alright, actually. I'm quite chuffed with that. It's not a bad little first attempt. You can fuck that up royally. Absolutely you can. Can you see the new sign? Can you see that? You're probably trying to read the little sign I've given Trevor there. Do you all know a stupid Trevor? We all know a fucking stupid Trevor, don't we? No crayon is safe in the house with stupid Trevor.
He's a little slow.
Now, we've got to take this over. I'm going to bind this fretboard. So we're going to go over and have a little word with BTK. And if you've never Googled BTK, he was a serial killer in America, fucking lo and behold. And he liked to bind people up, torture and kill them. What an absolute whopper. So let's go over there and we'll just whip through that. I'll talk to you about it. It's fucking hell of a boring. But yeah, it is boring. But so are you. This is BTK. If you unscrew that, he slides up and down. So if your guitar has got a little shape on it, like a comfort carve, this will follow it and you can bind it and keep your router. Do you know what I mean? Do you know? I'm using these bits from Radiant Tools. Stay back, Wall. Stay back, stay back. And there's his logo. Sent me that one for free. I don't get any kickbacks, but use code Milos, 10% off for you. And it comes with all different bearings for different size binding. Very, very handy. You can't bind without a binding bit, so you might as well buy a good binding bit. That's my advice anyway. So, let's go. Look at that. Perfect little channel. We should be away. Now let's try something different. Now I normally bind All right, Dave, this is me dancing with Dave. I normally bind things with CA glue because it's instantaneous. But if you bind your fretboard and you get a little bit of CA glue going in your fret slots, and you will, ask me how I know, coming soon on a t-shirt, then it's an absolute wanker to get out. Like, almost impossible. You've got to use one of those stupid little saws, which I've got. You've got to buy a Stuart McDonald saw and try and get in there and cut it all, and it's an absolute fucking wank cloth. Awful. So don't do that. So I'm going to do it with acetone, and I'm going to bind it on like they do on the posh videos. I don't normally do it that way, but I've got some syringes, which I've stolen off one of the local fucking smackheads. My video will get banned now because they'll think I'm pinning up. So anyway, I only done it once, Dave. There you go, lovely. Straight into the veins, not the arteries. Don't know why I went Welsh when I was talking about smack. That wasn't fair, was it? It's not very fair on the Welsh. So anyway, get some syringes. So what I'm going to do, we've got plenty of length here, and I'm going to just cut that one nice and square. Everything I'm doing today is very difficult to film. So if it's a shit video, tough, basically. I'm gonna CA glue that one on there, nice and flush at the end. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to heat gun semen. I'm just going to heat gun that around and bend it and get a good bend. And then this straight run, I'm going to basically tape it, make sure I've got a nice tight fit everywhere. And then I'm going to drip in some acetone with my smack pen. That's the plan. I think it's not a bad plan. I think we'll go with that. So let's get this one CA'd on. That sign whistles like fuck. It's doing my head in. It's like my hearing aids playing up. For the people that message me, and here's a sarky one for you. For the hundreds of people that message me and go, Paul, I'm about to start making guitars. Can you list every tool in your fucking workshop? No, I can't. There's a tools video you can go and watch, and just search tools on my YouTube page. I think that's how it works. And there's a big list of lots of tools. And apart from that, I can't help you, all right? Watch my videos and decide what you might need. Fucking sarcastic, Paul. So, a bit of CA, the trusty cocktail stick. Nice bit on there, not round the corner. Activator. You will stick your fingers to it because you're thick. I've stuck my fingers to it because I'm thick. That's just how it works. I don't actually know if that one's stuck. Oh, a bit of skin there. Whoever buys this, a bit of skin left on that. Foreskin. Hashtag OnlyFans. Hashtag Innie. And you should feel it resist less and less. There we go. I don't want to get it too hot. Bit of manipulation. And we're away. Going to take him up. I'm just going to overshoot that a little bit. Past the nut end. Same again. Rinse, repeat. It's actually a bit easier with a strap neck because there's a bit more of a swoopy swooperson on there. Now this bit should be stress free. For you anyway. Right, now I'm just checking down the side of my neck that I've got no nasty gaps. Everything's pretty good. So now we get our smack syringe, get some acetone going on, and then syringe it down, and we've got, annoyingly, got to leave it till tomorrow, which is what I don't really like about this process. So it should be a case of, you watching this, Dave? Well, there you go. I'll put loads on there. I haven't got any of those yummy rubber bands. What? This is a fucking awful video. So I'll see you tomorrow morning when we peel that off and see if it's stuck. And if it's not, I'll bin it off and I'll recut the chutney channel. I'll leave that set up and we'll do it with CA glue. I've never pulled this off before. And well, I've done it before and I've pulled it off every time. Physically, because it hasn't fucking worked. But it doesn't stick very well to epoxy bodies. That's what I'm trying to spit out in an entertaining fashion. I'll see you in the morning. Testing, testing. 1, 2, fucking 3. Well, here we are, back on the bench. Am I on? Yeah, sound's on. It's all, well, we're going. Technicalities are not my thing. We're back on the bench. It's the next day. That is how we're looking. I actually quite like that. I would say that is a success, but it was a trial, and it's actually a useful trial for you. And I'll run through it because you might think I'm talking bollocks, like normal. These are expensive, but I now know that I can make them to suit any scale length I want, as long as I've got the laser file that I'm making the template with anyway. I can use the template that I'm using for the next to make a match in one of these, and I can put any inlay on. I'm going to try a vine inlay and all that sort of stuff, because I can also then laser cut the leaves and stuff out of different woods. And I did actually think I could cut the leaves out of zebrano, and they're quite veiny. Don't know where my brain went there. So naturally, I've sanded and scraped and given this a whole lot of love. Still needs a little bit more love to be honest, but it's very smooth, very nice, ready to rock and roll. That is a success. Now, what can we learn from it? That StewMac little base is lovely. It's well made. It's a StewMac tool. Of course it's sexy. I need to glue in the little nubbin because that's all over the shop. This is a Dremel base, right, which is about 28 quid. Still got a clear bottom. I know that you can get inserts for the middle, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, that is 1/4 inch. I'm pretty sure you could get the insert in there, and you could put a 1/4 inch, and you can get 1/4 inch pipe from fucking anywhere. The inside diameter doesn't even matter really, because the bit's going to go, a wider one might even be better. That's 1/4 inch. That other one wasn't. That was 8mm, which is more 1/4 inches. So you could make that yourself. It's got to be 6.35, so 1/4 inch pipe. Easy. Get that on eBay all day long. So you could make that base for your Dremel for 30 quid, 35 quid. I would do that. Then you could just buy these from StewMac and do it yourself. These are like 25 quid, I think, a template. I think that's the way forward. So I've saved you some money, and I'm going to do something and make more of these. I'm waffling, we're talking shit. Anyway, thanks for watching the episode. I hope you found it informative. If you didn't find it informative, 0 fucks given. And special wave to all the people that give me all the love in the comments, because I love a bit of comment love. That was an extra special. Vigorous. Vigorati.
Don't know what I'm going to do. Bursting down there. A couple of milky coconuts. Don't know what I'm going to do. Absolutely bursting down there. A couple of hairy coconuts all filled with milk.
Can't do this. Can't do it.